Good afternoon, everybody. In last lecture, we have started the unit number 3rd, that is the forced vibration of single degrees of freedom system. And from the last lecture, we have seen the derivations. First derivation, that was the forced vibration of undamped system. And after that, we have started the second derivation, which is based on the forced vibration of damped system. In this respect, we have seen the first whatever the basic terminology about the forced vibration of damped system. Second thing, we have seen the mass spring damper system based on this forced vibration, and we have seen the forced vibration response also. We have seen already in the last lecture with respect to the steady state, and the second one is the transient state. So based on this, we have come up to the last point, that was the derivation number 2nd, that was related to the forced vibration of damped system. In that, there is a quadratic equation which is formed as a, first one is the dynamic equation. Which dynamic equation will be over there? For forced vibration of damped system, mx double dot plus cx dot plus kx equal to f of t, where f of t is a forced vibration, where the force is f naught cos omega t. And where is the all the forces are over there: inertia force, spring force, and the damping force, and addition of these two equal to f naught cos omega t. And for solving this equation, we have come out up to that x of t is equal to, we have taken that f into cos of omega t minus 5, and by putting the values of x in terms of this equation number 1, that is mx double dot plus cx dot plus kx equal to f naught cos omega t, and by solving this up to, we will get an one equation number 1 and equation number 2. If we split the main big equation into two equations, that is the equation number 1 and equation number 2, by squaring and adding both the equations, we get directly the last point was the x square into k minus m omega square plus c square omega square is equal to f naught square. That formula we get in the by splitting the two equations and by squaring and adding the both the equations. And after that, if we see this x square is equal to that sign, that is the multiplication sign over there. So that x square is equal to that f naught square divided by this terminology will become here. And based on this, if we take the square root on both the sides, that will become a f naught square. That root of f naught square is f divided by root of this terminology as a k minus m omega square plus c square omega square. And if we go to the equation number 2nd, you can see here that k minus m omega square into sin phi minus c omega into cos phi equal to 0. And if we take this term and on this left side or right side, both are equal to each other, at that time that sin by cos, it will become a tan, so that it will become a tan phi, and tan phi is equal to c omega divided by k minus m omega square. And based on this, the phi angle will be formed as a phi is equal to tan inverse of c omega upon k minus m omega square. It is the solution in terms of the in terms of the damping coefficient. If we go for the resolution in terms of the critical damping, we will go for this by multiplication of Cc and divided by the Cc. Then we see the next part. We see up to this, all of you write down these points. You write from this first last derivation, last equation from this last lecture. You have to write this, and afterwards we are taking the roots on both the sides, and we get the answer of this x, that is the amplitude x. And after that, equating that equation number 2nd to 0, we get a value of phi. So you can write this, and now we have to convert this phi value and the x value in terms of the zeta. Okay, so you can write this and wait for 2 minutes. all of you write down please. Okay, so based on this, we have to convert this value in terms of the zeta. How to convert this? You can see for this and you can see for this equation. So I will erase this now by multiplication of CC and divided by CC. X is equal to F naught divided by root of K minus M omega square plus C square omega square. That same equation I have written on the board. Okay. So we have to convert this value in terms of the zeta. How to convert this value in terms of the zeta? You can see by the divided by k on the upper side as well as the lower side. Divided by k square plus c square omega square upon k square. Okay, F naught by k is nothing but a x static, that already we know. F naught by k is equal to, already we have seen that F naught by k is equal to x static, or if we say remain as the same, no problem. You can write here x static divided by, or same you can put as a F naught by k and divided by, if we convert this value, it will become a how it will be become? You can say, you can tell me please. That is the k square. There is a maybe square term is remain. So k minus k divided by k square. That is the k square. M omega square divided by k square. Bracket complete. Plus c square omega square divided by k square. What is the value? F naught by k divided by 1 minus okay, you can see here, this is a f naught upon k minus m omega square plus c square omega n square. If we divide by k and on numerator as well as on the denominator, you can see the f naught by k divided by k minus m omega square. That is the in terms of root divided by k square. So we can write here plus c square omega square divided by k square. That x will become equal to f naught by k divided by, if we this k, if we take inside, what will happen? That k by k minus m omega square divided by k bracket square, so that it will become a total bracket k square plus c square omega square divided by k square. So you can write here directly as a f naught by k as the same divided by 1 minus that k by m. What is k by m? That is the omega square divided by omega n square. Why? That is the k by m. K by m म्हणजे काय असतं आपल्याला? Root of k by m is nothing but a omega n. So that by applying this formula here, k by m is the omega n square and plus whatever the remaining term. That is the remaining term I have to write here. What is our remaining term? If we apply this c square divided by c square, what is this? C square. That is the c value divided by, if we take as a cc. okay, into cc, if we take into bracket square into omega square divided by k square. We have to split this value. How to split this value? Baga, we have to multiply by cc and divided by cc. The equation is the same. That is the multiplication of cc and the divided by cc. So it will become, what will be happen? Baga, only I will take this term. Baga काय करते या ठिकाणी आता x is equal to f naught by k divided by 1 minus that omega upon omega n, that is the r square bracket square, r square plus bracket square. Already we know that omega upon omega n, that is the r, so that it will become a 1 minus r square bracket square plus that remaining term that I will resolve first and then I will write baga upon cc into, that is the cc, that bracket square into omega square divided by, that is the value of k square. That c upon cc is the zeta into, that is the zeta into cc. What is meant by the cc? Already we know cc is equal to twice m omega n. cc is nothing but twice m omega n. So how we can write as a, बघा या ठिकाणी काय लिहिणार आहे तुम्ही, cc omega square and k square, all these values are here, so you can write here that c upon cc as a zeta into, or cc, that is the remaining term as a cc, that is the bracket square, omega square divided by k square. So zeta in that is the zeta square into cc square into omega square divided by the k square. So you can put here directly the value of cc. What is the value of cc? Formula already we know. What is the formula? cc is equal to twice m omega n. So all of you write down this formula. That is the zeta into omega, zeta into omega square, zeta square omega square into cc. What is the formula? That is the twice m omega n. That is the bracket square divided by, that is the k square. So what is the remaining term? You can write here, that is the zeta square, same as it is the zeta square, into, up to this all of you write down, maybe I don't have space here. Up to this all of you write down and we'll clear this. What will be the value? After that, I will split this value. You can see here how I am going to split this value. Zeta square into omega square into that twice m omega n, that will become a 4 m square into omega n square divided by, that is the k square. That value as a k square. So zeta square, that is the omega square, that is omega n square, that is m square, and it will become a 4 zeta square into omega square, that is the 4 zeta square omega square into omega n square, and divided by that k by m, root of k by m. What will happen? Root of k by m is equal to omega n. So या ठिकाणी बघा काय, k square and m square, means if we take as a square काय होणार या ठिकाणी k by m. If we take a square of this, what will happen? That is the square by m square. This value is becomes here as a k by n, so it will become as a omega n square. Okay, so what is the value? 4 zeta square omega square. Why this value is getting cancelled? So there is a 4 zeta omega, that terminology will be come over there. So we can write there as a same value.
ट्रैक्टर सैलून कुछ साल पहले अद्भुत
upon omega n square. So that will become as a 4 zeta square into r square. So that we can write it as a 2 zeta r. That is the value of this equation. F naught upon k divided by root of 1 minus r bracket square plus twice zeta r. So 2 zeta r bracket square. That is nothing but a 4 zeta r bracket square. So that terminology I have written on this next part. Okay. In this way, same we can go for the phi value. Phi value how to calculate? Already we have calculated phi is equal to tan inverse of c omega upon what is the c omega upon k minus m omega square. So we can split this value also in terms of zeta. Directly we will convert it in terms of the zeta. How to convert? Already we have seen by the multiplication of cc and divided by cc, and by the dividing by k on the numerator and dividing by k on the denominator. So you can solve that.
Hello.
हाँ